show. The Angry GM thinks TTRPGs are video games. Legacy Game Mastering has sour grapes and idiotic views on money. A Lich makes a bad recommendation meme. And Pete Churchill shows that he occupies a seat on the Hobbit bus. That's right, folks. It is once again time to join me, Daniel, here on Driving and Dragons for our weekly rundown of bargain basement IQs that used intelligence as a dump stat. While you're here, please remember that every dime this channel makes goes towards building cars that I want to give away to you, the viewers. So like, share, subscribe, hype, and do all the YouTube stuff to get us out to as many people as possible. I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, folks, and boy have I got a cool giveaway to mark the occasion. When I hit 1,000 subs, I will lock down the list of public subscribers. Every public sub is entered. And I am going to 3D print minis of the 280ZX seen here on the channel and the Dodge Dart that will one day be our first giveaway car. 10 minis go out to 10 subs. And members and Patreon patrons, you guys will all receive one so long as you are a member of Patreon or a member on YouTube from 950 to 1,000 members. So, go tell your friends to subscribe now while I continue hunting online for the perfect STL and OBJ files for the resin printer. So long as you're here, drop down in the comments section and give me a piece of your mind. Now, let's see how stupid the TTRPG internet has been this week. Open strong, shall I? The Angry GM has been living up to his name online for years, and he has really shown us the dangers of letting our emotions run wild on us. You see, when you get emotional, you make mistakes, like confusing computer RPGs with tabletop RPGs. Old Angry said that if there is a locked door in your adventure, there better be a key. If you say there is a skill to bypass it, you already messed up your adventure design. Okay. Why? Are there no doors in the world where keys are not accessible? Can keys not be lost or destroyed? Can a key not be locked in its room? This is gamist thinking at its most idiotic. You see, in a computer game, we get the limits of the program, where I can clearly see the broken window in the locked car, but I can't reach through it. I have to go find the key. In old point-and-click puzzle games, you would have the crowbar that can break the window, but for some reason you can't shoot it out with a gun. Because you have to program in specific solutions. We do not have that issue in TTRPGs. There is absolutely no reason to violate the fidelity of your world by ensuring every lock has a key. Because guess what? Sometimes there is no key. You want to know how to screw up your adventure design? Follow moronic advice like the Angry GM over there is doling out. You want some good advice? Take the money you almost wasted on an Angry GM adventure and spend it over at Patty's Parlor for White Dwarf Summer. Yeah, buddy, he is still out there desperately trying to get a little bit of color other than pasty white on those legs of his while rocking that Hawaiian button down, and you can still help support Preborn with your very own White Dwarf Summer t-shirt. Link above and in the description, so don't miss your chance. While you're at it, don't miss out on Corvid Codex Volume 1. Patty himself did the cover. Rob Necronomicon illustrated the 7 stories inside, and a half dozen of your favorite TTRPG brothers wrote the fantastic pulp adventures. Link above to the ebook. Link in the description to the paperback. Speaking of spending money, Legacy Game Mastering has a money opinion that came straight out of his anus. You see, he hates paid game masters. They're just grifting people who are struggling to find a game. No GM he ever played with was so good that he felt he should pay them. It's greed and ego and dishonest. I'm amazed that in all those words he typed, that he wasn't even accidentally correct once. This is absolute bollocks, as the toast beaners would say. Grifting? Dishonest? I'm sorry, I'm missing the part where a player was lied to or tricked into paying for a service. This is just whining. I want everything free stupidity. Every hobby in the world has different levels of investment. Some woodworkers buy a book and watch a YouTube video. Others go to a woodworking class. Does this somehow make a woodworking instructor a grifter? No. There are dozens of reasons when someone may want to pay a GM, even if they have no problem finding a group for free. However, I guess because no one feels that he's worth paying for, Legacy Game Mastering thinks that all the people who make money doing what they love are somehow dishonest for charging an agreed upon price to deliver exactly what they promised. I'm telling you guys, NV green is not a good color. On the more harmless side of stupid, we have the rage-baiting meme reposting account Memeslich. Every so often, Memeslich makes his own memes to share, and every so often they are utterly moronic. This time, he posted that Cleric is the best class for beginners. He is, of course, referring to Dungeons & Dragons, where Cleric is only the best class for beginners if you can't think past the character sheet. Clerics are powerful in their own right, versatile, durable, and overall well-rounded. So why is Memeslich stupid, Daniel? Well, I'll tell you why. This numbskull seems to forget that clerics are a class that is not only a spellcaster, which is bad for any beginner if you don't want to spend hours waiting on them to figure out their spells, but they are largely a support caster. This means that their true value comes in planning ahead and altering conditions to make other classes shine. Sure, a new player may get some added survivability, but you basically make them an anchor in the party by putting them in that role. You may as well say, pitcher is a great place to put your newest baseball player. This is terrible advice. But then maybe I'm dumping intelligence by taking anything that a meme account featuring a skeleton and sunglasses says seriously. These takes may have been awful, but they are all like top-notch intellects. We're talking Einstein and Hawking compared to this next nincompoop. Pete Churchill. Don't know who he is. Don't know where he came from. I just know that he's a complete moron, and over 2 million people have told him so this week. Someone, somewhere, was talking about The Hobbit. Old Pete? Well, he said this. Have you ever read it? It's 100% not a children's book, and whoever says that is lying to you. Not only is the vernacular dated and elaborate, the sentence structure and lengthy writing is often hard to get your head around, even as an adult. Love that book, but it's not for kids. He is trying so hard, so very, very hard to sound smart when telling us that he struggles with a book that I'm pretty sure I first read myself as a 5-year-old, and my dad had read to me twice before that. The Hobbit has a 5th grade reading level, even using today's pathetic literacy metrics. It was on the Pizza Hut bucket list for 3rd graders when I was a kid. This is one of the saddest cell phones in recent memory here, and so ironic that he busted out several $10 words to tell us that he has trouble reading books that Tolkien wrote for his 6-year-old. Seriously. This guy would never make it through Corvid Codex. Me, I just hope that I can make it over to the medicine cabinet where the BC headache powder is. I'll see you guys next time.